Well, for this video I decided I want to do something other than food. This is my MAME arcade machine that I built several years ago. It's made from an old, what do they call them, 8-liner that they used to gamble with. One of my neighbors owns a arcade business, and I asked him one day to keep his eye open for some old consoles that are going to be trashed, and he brought me 2 of them, and I was able to salvage parts of both of them to make this one. Had to do some serious work on it because it was really filthy. Had to do a lot of modifications to get the screen. I had bought the screen at Home Depot, measured it out, cut it, and then spray painted the back so that it would be black to match the monitor that's in there, and then had to put this piece of wood in here, and then put a platform here for the controller. And the controller is just a standard X-Arcade control panel that's USB, and these things are great. These things are they're like a tank. You've got 2 controls for two separate players, and you've got flipper buttons on the side so you can play pinball games, which is really cool. And I've added some decals, make it more interesting. Added a MAME logo down here. That's actually a drawer that you can pull this out, and I store a lot of old other video game stuff in there from my Atari and my Nintendo system, my old NES. And I had to buy some new fixtures because the only one that came with it was the ticket fixture. So I had to buy the change machine, or the coin, or the dollar acceptor, and then the coin acceptor separately from eBay, and they were relatively inexpensive. I don't think I spent more than $10 for either one of them, but they're dummies. They don't actually work. I could have made them work, but I just didn't feel like it. So there they are. And the heart of this is PC running Windows. I believe it's running Windows 2000, and it's got the keyboard because I need to have that keyboard for various operations. And I use the trackball as a mouse. This is a really nice Kensington trackball, really a large trackball, and it has a lot of functions, a lot of keys, which really works out great because you can map with the MAME emulator. You can map the keys for various operations. So for instance, with Tempest here, I'll show you that in just a sec. And I actually custom made a stool for it. This was a stool that I picked up at a garage sale. It was pretty ratty, for $5, and I spray painted the base black, nice glossy black, and then I found there's a fabric shop here in town that I was able to get some white leather type of material, and I cut it out, the top piece and the surrounding piece. And my neighbor, who is she's really good at sewing, she stitched it up for me just perfectly, and then I put it on there and then nailed it in with upholstery tacks. And so now I've got a nice matching black and white stool for the arcade. So here we are with Tempest, the game Tempest. So what you do is you push one of the buttons on the side over here that would normally be used for the pinball. That adds a coin, that adds a quarter to the game. So you can see there's 1 credit. We can do that another time. So there's 2 credits, and then we're going to hit player 1, and we're going to just go off with the novice level. And I've mapped this trackball. It has this dial around the side that you can rotate it around. Let's turn the volume up a little bit more. So you can easily play the game the way it was originally intended. And then to get out of it, you just hit the escape key. I've tried to map the escape key to one of the keys up here, but it varies from game to game, so I don't bother. I just go and hit the escape key. But you can use this trackball for playing like Golden Tee. There's all the Golden Tee games on here. One of my favorites. Let's see. And you can sort these in the MAME console. Okay, here's favorites. One of my favorites is Area 51. Now, Area 51 uses a light gun. And I bought this. This is one of the best on the market. Act Labs. They only make a few of these. So when you order these, it can take a while because they only make a few of them every year, and then when they're sold out, they're done. But it's a USB light gun. Specifically works. I mean, it works specifically with MAME emulators. And before you really play it, you need to calibrate it, so it just has this switch that you point it at it and you go back and forth on the screen and up and down, and now you've calibrated. This is one of my favorite games. So you can add a bunch of coins to it and just keep playing, but in the arcades it was a real pain in the ass because boy, you'd go through a lot of quarters to be able to get to the end. Very accurate. Don't shoot the good guys. Reload. You reload just by clicking the trigger, or you can go off screen like in the real game.
Yeah, ready.
I love the Sega games. Those are the most fun. best played with a joystick, which I have, but I have to plug it in. Everything works off of USB. Problem is with this PC, I don't have a lot of USB ports, so I kind of have to swap them out. And I found that using the USB hubs don't work too well because they tend to be slow. So that's MAME. Let me bring up real quick. Actually, on here I also have slot machine game, video poker. Where's my pinball game? Yeah, pure pinball. There we go. You can program the X Arcade. It has about 5 switches in the. It has a switch in the back that you can slide, and you can actually program this thing based on the games as well. So that's what I did here.
2 minutes.
Switch the views, because I programmed it to switch the views with the keys, because I don't like that view that it had. Well, as you can see, it's a very versatile system. Like I said, I've got slot machine game, video poker, and I've added these really nice cup holders to the side. And there's another cup holder on the other side. You know, 2 people would play and then they're, you know, enjoying a refreshment. You want to have a place to, you know, set your drink. So there we have it. It's a really fun system.